Welcome to another lively training video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do quality control and refinement on the mobile responsiveness on a website. So I've already logged into the Visual Builder, into Divi, or into WordPress rather, so that the Enable Visual Builder icon is up at the top. And I'm going to start on the front page here. I'm just going to use a couple of pages as examples just so you can kind of see. This isn't necessarily a video on how to do all the little formatting changes that you can do in Divi. Mostly just to kind of show you how to organize the work and how to see the different views. So right now we're looking at the what are we looking at? We're looking at the desktop version. So you see this little icon set down here at the bottom, which can be toggled by clicking the three dots on the purple circle. It will give us a peek at the whatever this is, the tablet, and then also our mobile. Now, one of the things the client is asking about is related to the menu not looking terrific in mobile. And oops, let's see here. So what I'm going to do, you can't really see all the menu functions in mobile. Or can you? Oh yeah, you can. Sorry, my mistake. So this area is actually handled in Divi's menu builder. So we'll go in and have a look at that. But for the time being, we're going to just kind of go through here and tweak the code as best we can, so that everything looks fine. Now, not all of this is terrible, but it's not great. Like this thing needs some more space. So I'm going to see about giving it some more space underneath. Design, spacing, bottom, a little bit. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Margin. Give me a little bit of margin. Look at the rest of this. Close that down. It's okay. Like, that's not a deal breaker here, but give that less space in this context. That would be good. Let me just tighten that up. Design, spacing, top. So I click on the mobile. So it says, so the top is only, like, this setting is only done on the mobile. Which reminds me, we should probably just check that up here as well. What did I fix up here? Oh yeah, this. So let me just check that. Design, spacing. So we want to make sure doesn't exactly give us the, oh no, hold on, there's the, yep, my mistake. So we don't need that spacing here. We do need it on mobile though, so we'll see how it looks on desktop, because we were fooling around with it. Yeah, that's fine. Now, my only objection here is that the title is getting kind of mutilated. Now, we've created, you see that we've created a kind of a code thing here, so you'll have to check with, if you're a programmer, you can change this so that it alters in mobile. But if you're not, then you check with your project manager and they'll get someone on that. Right now it's, we might be able to get away with making this a little bit smaller, but you leave that to us. Just sort of knock that up to your immediate supervisor and that'll get taken care of. So let's look at the rest of this here. Anything else that needs to be changed? I'm reasonably happy with this. I think I'd like to see the logo centered. So we're interested in, we'll see if it remains centered when I switch to, well, it's good enough. I think that looks good. So that's the basics. Now we're going to save this and jump into another page just so we have some more examples. See if there's anything else that's looking funny. I'm going to exit the Visual Builder and then move to another page. This one's very simple. I doubt there would be any problems, but let's, just for fun, we'll enable the Visual Builder and have a look. So, well, I probably want to fool around with the headings. Like, this is not terrible. It's a little bit too generous with the spacing. So I would consider, oh, I lost it, spacing. So for the top margin, I'm gonna just tighten that up so it's like that. I'm gonna see if my yeah, the rest of this really needs to be checked in headings. Like this is all the purview of the heading area of the divi builder. This is wonky down here as well, so we want to fix that. It doesn't really have attractive spacing. I think it's legible, but it's not beautiful. So let me just zip into the theme customizer now that we've saved this. No, we're going to go back to the, actually what we want to do is go to dashboard and then I think it's theme builder now. Divi, theme builder. Let's see what we can figure out. Okay, so default website template. This is probably it here. There's the home page. Yeah, we'll go check the home page in a second, but let's look at the custom header. Which was obviously sloppily thrown together by me. All right, so this is what it looks like on the desktop. Lovely. This is what it looks like on So do we want to make this maybe a little smaller? Maybe we do. So the code, oh, look at that. So there's, you can create different code for, oh, that's fantastic. Let's just make that a little smaller then. Okay. So for this one, we're going to make it 20. So maybe you don't have to be a programmer to figure this out. Haha. Okay, well, let's have a look at this. So here we've got column 1, column 2. What's going on here? This might get a little bit more extravagant than I was hoping. I'm having a hard time just selecting the contents of this column. Let me open it up and see if it's separate. Okay, so what I did when I created this was to you see how I'm having a hard time getting a hold of that? Maybe what I need to do is jump in and look at it in the other view. So you see we've got another view here, right? So we can, yeah, it was code. I don't know why I did that. That's really weird. but I obviously set it as, I decided I wanted to set that as code, but it should just be an image, because that's easier to kind of deal with. It's simpler to create flexible objects. So I'll make sure that's an image. Now let's go back in here. So now we can do some editing. But let's see if that's actually solved our problem. Not really. We could maybe make this the design centered. The important thing here is that everything looks like it was done deliberately. Because if it doesn't look like it's done on purpose, then they think that we're out of control. So I'm going to say align, text align. Now if you don't understand HTML, again, you can pass a work order to someone else on the team and see if you can get this done. Oh, look at that, I have a competing text align there. So we're going to take that out. If you want to learn more about this stuff and you want to play around with it in a safe environment, I would be happy to set up web space for you. So you can do that. Now let's just have a look at this. See if we've got a background color here. Background color happens when I open that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it, and I'm going to jump in and squeeze my website, my web page, to kind of try this out. We'll refresh the page to see if changes have been made. We still don't have a white background on that, so I'm going to just jump in and have another look, because that's no good. You can't really read that. Design, content, background. We said, oh, okay. No, that's not what we want at all. Now I hit Control Z on the keyboard. I'm going to go design, menu text, drop down menu. That's what I want. Drop down menu, background color. In this situation, we'll use maybe not quite the stark black, but something closer to the gray we're using everywhere else. Let's save that and see if it works. Control R. Internet's nice and quick today. That's always gratifying. We've got some work to do here. So I've got to play around with this. Figure out how to get it to behave itself. Spacing. Just to remove some of the spacing so I can actually click on that. Design, menu. No, not the text. Drop down menu. That's what I want. Drop down menu, background color. So I've picked that. Are there any other areas there? Mobile menu, background color. Well, there you go. So I'm going to make sure that it's the same by copy and pasting the code. My divi has thought of everything. I'm going to come back in here, refresh the page, see if all of my hopes and dreams have been realized. No, not yet. Still. I cannot imagine why that is. To make sure that is it even doing the centering? Oh, you know what I'm doing. I'm working on the wrong page. Let me just look on the inside. I was testing with the home page. That's a rookie mistake and you hate to see it. So yeah, this is working fine. It's doing something weird with that gradient, but maybe we can kill the gradient just to simplify things when we're in here. So we're going to kill this gradient by advanced visibility. We're just going to hide it. Disable on tablet and desktop. Why not, right? So it's saved. Hit refresh. And again, if you run into a problem that can't be resolved using the tools you have, just knock it up to your supervisor. It helps to save. It's still trying to show me that. Design. So what I want to do is change the visibility under advanced. Disable all. I just did it. I reversed it. That's hilarious. So let's try that. So it looks good over there. Okay, there. We asked it to disable that, but it's still... Oh, it's grayed out here so that we can remember that it actually exists. Now when we come in here, alright. Well, it's doing exactly what we asked it to do, but we need a little bit more space in here to accommodate the letters, because it's kind of cramped. Now look at that again. Yeah. So what we'll do is on phone mode, for that chunk of code, we'll go spacing, and we'll add some bottom to it. See if that does the job. And again, we're going to squeeze this so it behaves like a phone. Yep, and I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll go back and look at the home page. Now, I recall we had this problem, and at the beginning of this video I wasn't quite sure we could do that in divi. It turns out we can. So we're going to go back to the template, the layout template. I'm going to close that, and we're looking at the home page, right? Edit. Oh no, that's footer. Pardon me. We'll get to that in a second because I think that needs some love as well. We're going to go to the header, edit. Don't restore. Okay. So this is the home page template. It's just this thing at the top, but this is actually part of the page layout. So I'm just going to go enable web page or visual builder, and we'll jump on the code. Yep. So we've got the option of doing a version. Let's see if 20 will do the job. That's very small. That's very small. Let's say 28 maybe. I'm going to do the same thing down here. All things being equal, let's make it 24 so it's a little smaller. I'll save, and then we'll go over and check another tab to see whether or not it's behaving the way it should. So when you get down to here, better. Now we can actually read it. Isn't that charming? And these things are okay, I guess. I would think about maybe dealing with that creatively. Like, they seem a little wonky, but they're pretty good. I would maybe hide the icons just so that they look more centered, but just on mobile. So let me just see here. I'm going to go in and go to the button text size. We're going to go find the show button icon. Can I do that in? Doesn't appear to be something I can change at the mobile level, but maybe I'll just remove it altogether because it'll look more uniform. If you're not sure, just, oops, no, look at that. We're mostly just looking to make sure that things are consistent and legible and are spaced in a way that looks nice when we're toggling between the different viewports. And by viewport, of course, I mean desktop, tablet, and mobile. Let's see here. See, that's a little better. I think that's centered. But it seems to be kind of a little bit off. If I go into spacing, I'm just going to center that. Maybe, yeah, because I'm on mobile mode right now, so that's good. Let's just check the other ones there. This one seems a little bit, could use some tweaking as well. So I'm definitely on mobile, so that's good. Not sure why that would be, but I don't ask why, I just fix things. Alright, well, I think that looks pretty good. Let's just see if we can fix the spacing on this one. So we're on mobile again, so bottom, top, yeah. So that looks nice. Then when I switch to desktop, everything seems copacetic, except now this thing wants to be more center aligned. Let's just check to see that the alignment's okay. It should be centered. Spacing, where are we? Okay, I see what I did there. I put the spacing on the wrong tab. Perfect. Okay, so let's just fix it over here as well. So we're saying it's 28, but in phone mode, not in desk mode. Desk, we'll leave it the way it was. So that looks nice, that looks nice. This hasn't been touched yet, so I'm just going to check it. Spacing. Yep, and that's all there is to it. That's still a little weird in here. Well, you can use the same principles to fix this. So we're going to say tablet mode, we would like tablet, bottom left. Let's just do this for tablet. It's good to double check everything. And spacing. So we're on tablet mode, so we can, oops. I don't know, maybe we make it a little bit tighter too. Feeling adventurous. Design spacing, left. Tighten the top a little bit. If you can't eyeball it, just check the previous setting. Like check the setting here to see what the number is there. I like to eyeball it because I like to eyeball it. Oh, give it a little bit of padding. I think this is really something that needs to be done at the block level. See, I want to give it a little bit of padding at the bottom there. Spacing. We're going to make that a tablet bottom. Beautiful. Do we like that? I think we do. We might even consider making these smaller. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, not on this project, but I'm happy with that. So, seems like it is inherited spacing from our earlier steps. So let me see if we can fix that. So we're on phone mode. Spacing, phone. Let's make this 0. Or maybe we just tweak it like that. I'm going to just jump out and see if... Alright. So if we do that across the board, let's do that across the board. Make sure that's spacing, phone. Start with 0. See where that lands us. Not quite. A general feeling of wonkiness here. That looks like it's okay. Bottom, top, left. Maybe this one can be tweaked. Or on phone, make sure that you're on the right mode always. Spacing. So I think we've got everything. I'm going to save it and jump in here in our live tab. Give it a little squeeze. Seems okay, except yeah. Seems okay, but I've got some top padding there for some reason. Not sure how I did that. Maybe I was just sloppy. That's not unprecedented. There we go. That looks like it's lined up. But I can just check the math over here. Just can't argue with the math. Spacing. Yeah. Spacing of nothing on that one. So that's good. I'm going to just tweak the spacing on this. Because we're on desktop mode, so that's terrific. Left, bottom. No, left, right. That's what I want. I want to change bottom. missing? Are we on? Oh, that's maybe a left tablet. It is a little bit like a Rubik's Cube sometimes in here, but I'm sure you'll be better at it than I am in no time. Let's see if we're under control now. So, desktop, tablet. Look at that. It just wants to drive me crazy. Let's see if we were maybe in the wrong area when we configured that. Maybe it's a bug in Divi. That seems okay. And that seems okay. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to hit save and then jump in and just check it live. Well, that seems dangerously close to being satisfactory. And that's great. And if you have actual mobile devices to try these things out on, that is a great idea also. So let me just check it on the inside here. Oh, that's not helpful. I think we got it under control. So that's the process, and it takes a fair bit of tweaking sometimes. When we were talking earlier, I gave you the impression that I was going to also do something with the footer there. So I'm just going to go back to Theme Builder, fix the footer. Global footer. You'll remember I had some misgivings about the spacing. So let me just squeeze it. And you see what's going on there? Terrible. It just needs a little bit of a spacing tweak. Top, bottom, left. So I want to make sure that we're in phone mode. Let's see if we can get it on 0. Seems to fix the problem. Yeah, I wonder if it wouldn't look better with a slightly smaller text size. I'll say phone, make the font size 12, and I'm going to make it center aligned. Text align center semicolon. Maybe it needs it to be done from another area. Well, you know what? I'm totally overthinking this at this point. Text align center. Sorry. Because I've got the paragraph. Oh. Well, this is a situation where I might consider calling it a higher power. Or, oh, that worked. So we'll use the visual side. And then we'll hit save. And check it on the live side here. Exit Visual Builder. Give it a little squeeze. Zoom down to the bottom. A little bit too much space here for my liking. I would do one of two things there. I would either, maybe this is just not showing. It's interesting. Just select, I'm going to reselect the logo and play around with the spacing. Phone. Happy. And I would maybe put some extra spacing at the bottom here in phone mode, or I would put less spacing at the top. I thought that it was a spacing issue, but it was actually the image wasn't showing, so I had to redefine it, or I had to select it again. Because since we've gone live, there are some bad URLs when we're linking images. So spacing. Oops. Sorry. Spacing. Padding. Phone. Bottom. So a little bit more padding. Looks consistent. Same general amount of padding at the bottom and the top of an object is kind of preferable because it looks like you did it on purpose and is visually pleasing. And then we will check it on here. Oh, good, we've got our logo fixed. And when we squeeze it, it looks terrific. So that's the process. It's painstaking, but it is absolutely necessary for a nice, professional final product.